At exactly 5:59 p.m., the countdown appeared on the Bahubali YouTube channel. Millions of people across India, from offices in Mumbai to restaurants in Delhi, stopped what they were doing and began refreshing their browsers. Inside YouTube's Mumbai headquarters, engineers had already allocated triple the server capacity used for the project's documentary. They monitored distributed load balancing across multiple data centers, preparing for a traffic spike they already knew was coming. When the clock hit 6, 4.2 million concurrent users clicked play at the exact same moment. This diagram shows the result. The load exceeded all technical projections, instantly shattering the maximum capacity threshold. The platform staggered. For thousands, the video simply wouldn't load, replaced by spinning wheels and internal server error messages, as the sheer volume of traffic caused a partial outage across the region. This technical collapse served as the first data-driven evidence that the anticipation for this project had reached the same scale as a major Hollywood blockbuster launch. The trailer opened with a focus on texture and light. The architecture of Mahishmati felt grounded and heavy, using color grading and proprietary filters that gave the stone and fabric a physical weight often missing from CGI-heavy productions. Then came the waterfall. Anant Sharma emerged from the crash of the water as Bahubali, appearing with a level of physical conditioning and noble bearing that looked less like a modern actor and more like an ancient legend. The response from critics was immediate. Rajiv Masand noted that the production met the international gold standard, while fashion photographers observed that Anant possessed a rare camera love, where every angle and light created a sense of visual perfection. For an industry accustomed to seeing actors in costumes, this sequence presented a transformation so complete that even seasoned reviewers admitted they forgot they were watching a performance. The studio moved to capitalize on this momentum by announcing that advance bookings for premium paid previews would open at midnight on December 20th. Within 90 seconds, millions of simultaneous booking attempts maxed out every server at BookMyShow, crashing the site and forcing the implementation of a multi-hour queue system for anyone hoping to secure a ticket. Once the system stabilized, the numbers were unprecedented. This tally shows 416 crores in pre-sold tickets, 327 domestic and 89 international, all collected before a single public show had even occurred. To put that in context, these pre-release collections alone exceeded the total lifetime revenue of most successful Indian films. Before the Mumbai launch, the team held a media interaction in Hyderabad, the city where the production had been based for 3 years. Reporters were visibly startled when Anant addressed them in fluent, unaccented Telugu. He then repeated the feat in Tamil, Malayalam, and Kannada, speaking with a colloquial ease that native speakers immediately recognized as genuine. He explained that he hadn't just memorized lines, he had studied the literature and attended cultural events in each region. He argued that truly speaking a language requires an understanding of the culture it represents. By demonstrating this level of respect, Anant helped the project move past its label as a regional South Indian film, allowing it to be marketed as a unified Indian story for the entire country. A journalist at the event asked what he hoped the film would achieve beyond commercial success. He responded by citing the Natya Shastra, the ancient treatise that codified the theory of performing arts and narrative structure thousands of years ago, long before the concepts of Western cinema were developed. He spoke about how centuries of colonization had buried this heritage, leading global audiences to see Indian artistry as primitive. This temple architecture serves as a reminder of the sophistication that existed long before it was dismissed by outside observers. Anant described the film as a reclamation, a way to demonstrate that Indian filmmakers could produce world-class spectacle while remaining rooted in their own cultural identity. This message was picked up by international outlets like the BBC and Al Jazeera, framing the film not as a typical blockbuster, but as a significant moment in cultural identity. The next day in Mumbai, the cast's arrival at a local Cineplex caused intense crowd surges that the event had to be moved to a larger outdoor plaza to prevent a crush. Inside major Bollywood production houses, the reaction to this reception was one of visible concern. Karan Johar watched the footage and noted that his team must adapt or become irrelevant. He admitted that traditional methods of manufacturing stars through connections could no longer compete with the authenticity and craft Anant was displaying. Other industry leaders, like Aditya Chopra, went further, stating that every future project would now have to be evaluated against the level of dedication and physical transformation Anand had achieved. By the time the trailer finished its 3-minute run, the metrics and the reactions from within the industry suggested that the standards for a successful Indian film had been significantly and visibly altered.